Are we live? Is it going? Hi, welcome to the weekly rant. I'm Tom, host and leader of the Hive of Heroes.
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm a bumblebee. So we're gonna
and
try out some.
yeah,
Sorry, guy. We're
uh,
gonna go ahead and try out something new here. We're trying out what we're gonna be calling the weekly rant, where we come live with you guys here on Facebook and YouTube at the same time to try and talk about the nerdy worldness that's going on through the week.
yeah, exactly. Um, quick side note, Brian, do you have that YouTube link so I can just post it real quick?
Yes, yes, I do. In fact, if you go to just the Be Heroes YouTube page, which is going to be youtube.com/c/Be Hero, that will actually show you right there the link to this live event. Not that you
Yes,
guys wouldn't be seeing it, if you weren't live, but in case you're on YouTube or so, you'll be able to see it.
exactly. And that is now sent out. Okay, sorry. We clearly need to work on our live things. We've gone live a couple times before, and for those that saw that, wow. So we're doing much better. Let's just call it that.
Right?
Call it what it is.
So far,
That
so
being
good. So
said,
far, so good.
I think Brian gave a pretty good introduction of kind of what the plan is. We just want to talk about what's going on, what's trending, and kind of give our little rant on things. And some really big news has dropped this week. Yesterday, actually, I would dare say what excited me the most, and then also coincidingly disappointed me the most. Futurama is getting renewed for Hulu, and wow, I have been the hugest Futurama fan. Love that show so much. Bender, actually, honestly, Zoidberg is my favorite.
Yes. Flavor.
But yes, but Bender's a close second. Which before we go to the next part of that piece of that news, Brian, what are your thoughts on the revival?
Again, I think they're aiming to try and beat Family Guy with how many times they would come back. I don't know. Like I loved Futurama, and when it came back the last time, it felt like diminishing returns. There was a lot of good episodes, but a lot more not great episodes. Or at least ones I didn't care about as much. And I feel like it's diminishing returns as it keeps coming back. And I worry that's going to be the same thing. But where it's on Hulu and they kind of have free reign to do whatever they want, I think it's got a better chance to do what it spiritually wanted to do through Cartoon Network and everything else.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I think of the three shows, at least the three that I'm aware of by the creators, Matt Groening,
Groaning, yeah,
Groening, yeah.
Matt Groening.
Apologize if I pronounced that wrong. But of the three, The Simpsons, that one's always been a hit or miss. Futurama, for me, it's actually more hits than misses. I think when it was brought back the first time, I think it was season 5 or 6, it came out with a bang. It was actually really good. I can see what you're saying, though. It did kind of dwindle towards the end there.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? Enchanted.
Enchanted
Something
is the one they have on
Enchanted.
Netflix right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't a big fan of that one. It's okay, but I'm just very excited for this. I think the Futurama characters are just some of my all-time favorite characters, so I'm very excited. But with that being said, like I said, coinciding with this, there was a second piece of news, which was a huge bummer and letdown. Um, right now, John DiMaggio, the voice actor for Bender, is not signed on to take this role. Apparently, they are in negotiations still, but the it has been announced that they are in talks to replace him. To which I say, boo! You cannot replace Bender. I don't know that I would bother. Would you guys still watch Futurama with half of a Bender?
I personally, if y'all are like the rest of me, I would say politely bite my shiny metal ass if they try to replace him.
Exactly.
So I,
Exactly.
but it's one of those things. Do we need a revival? Not really, but if it does, it's cool. But if you can't get all the people about it was originally a part of it in the revival, I don't think we should do it because then it's
Yeah.
always gonna have this like bad taste in your mouth, this asterisk of yeah, it was all right, but it was missing John DiMaggio, and it just didn't work as well because this new guy was Bender. He didn't do bad, but he wasn't Bender. That kind of thing. It's always gonna
Yeah.
have that, no matter how good the episodes are.
Yeah. Um, yeah, something like this to revive it, you do have to bring in like the full, especially Bender, like arguably one of the most beloved adult animated characters of all time. Arguably, there are others, but he's been around forever. Like I out of every I don't know character that I can think of right now that I've seen as tattoos. I know I have seen so many Bender tattoos. People don't just get tattoos like they do of Bender. I don't know. That's kind of a redundant sentence, but anyways, uh, going on that same note though of having to or kind of the point bringing in the originals. Something else happened today, Brian. What was that?
Well, today, let me just drop this real fast. Boom, boom, boom.
Ta-da.
I have cool little toys over here now. I can play with soundboard. Uh,
Yeesh.
the trailer, the more extended, long second trailer for Jurassic World Dominion dropped, which I really didn't know if I wanted to see this one. I saw the last one, Jurassic World, The Fallen Kingdom,
Fallen Kingdom. Yeah.
and it was, eh, it was a movie. There was
Yeah.
things that happened in that movie, but this one kind of gave me a little bit more of a desire to watch it. One, it's claiming to be the finale of at least this trilogy, if not the series of Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, all that. We'll see if Universal doesn't want to keep making money.
Right.
Um, but I'm kind of intrigued to see how that goes. Plus, they're bringing in the legacy characters of, Ian Malcolm, Dr. Grant, and Ali Sadler, Dr. Ali Sadler, excuse me,
Yeah.
from the original movies. Um, so they're bringing them back into this, and it seems like they're going to actually have more of a role than Ian Malcolm did in the second movie, and as well as they're going to bring in Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard's characters and tying into how the second movie ended. And in watching the trailer, I totally forgot that in the second movie there was, spoiler alerts, a clone of someone's daughter from the original, like one of the like higher ups in the company that owned Jurassic World. Like he cloned his daughter, and she's in this. I totally forgot about that whole subplot in the movie. So when they brought it
I
up in the
did.
trailer, I'm like, oh yeah.
I did too until literally just now.
So, but I have high hopes for this. I feel like this might end up being a good way to end it and bring it back around, but I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, and with my tie-in, uh, one thing when I watched the trailer, it reminded me of the newest Scream movie when they were talking about uh, requels. Is that what they
Requels, yep.
called it? Requels, yeah, reboot sequels, and how you bring in the original cast and then you have the new characters. It's like they're trying to do that 2 movies too late. Um, so I don't know. Like I think I'm absolutely going to watch it. The last one was, I mean, I remember when Jurassic World came out, the first half of it, I was just like really excited and stoked. And then the subplots come in and it just like fell apart very quickly.
Yeah.
Um, and the second one just kind of picks up where that one leaves off and doesn't really do anything significant. They just tried to do like a home invasion thriller with dinosaurs. And this one feels like they're trying to make the zombie apocalypse out of dinosaurs. It's interesting at this point. Like it's a hybrid franchise. They're just kind of mix and matching different themes and seeing what sticks. I I am a little more excited for this one than I was for the last one though. So
Well, Jurassic World, Jurassic Park and series, or the whole series in general, um, they're great theater watching movies, and
oh
I think that's like the big thing right now that Universal's trying to do. even though they've been working on this for a while, but trying to build back up a theater presence. And
Yeah.
I think this will work out well for that. Fingers crossed that
Yeah.
it'll work out well for that.
Something's got to
Um,
get our butts back in those seats.
right?
I mean, I haven't left, but
Yeah. If I leave, someone will take over my groove.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
all right. So, in additional news for this week, big music news happened. Tom, do you want to go over the music news? Hold on one sec.
Boom. So, a little known artist, I don't know, maybe you've heard of him, maybe not. He goes by the name of like, what was it, like Snoop Dogg?
D O
Snoop
double
Dogg.
G.
Snoop D-O-double-G. So he has acquired Death Row Studios right before the Super Bowl, which, as you all should know, we are getting oh God, brain fart.
Snoop
Dr.
Dogg,
Dre,
Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige,
yeah,
and Eminem. Oh,
yeah,
and
which
one more, Lamar, something or other.
yeah, so much of that is founded and or comes from Death Row Studios. Snoop Dogg just acquired it right before the Super Bowl. I think it's actually pretty cool. I think Snoop Dogg's hilarious. I enjoy his music. I think he's a funny actor. I love that he cooks with Martha Stewart. this guy, this guy.
One of my favorite memes of all time is it shows a picture of Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg next to each other, and above it, it says, "One of these two have been to federal prison. Guess which one?"
Yeah. I love it. So I don't know. I was really excited to hear about that. I'm always excited to see musicians become very successful. He's always been very successful, but to me, that just felt like very deserving, like really good, very cool news. So
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Uh, oh, well, we've been going live this whole time with YouTube, apparently not with Facebook.
huh,
I
well,
thought it would do it on its own, but it hadn't. So hopefully that'll catch
that's
up.
okay. We'll post it.
All right, guys. Well, last thing right here before we end it tonight. One of great show for me, at least I enjoyed the snot out of, was the Book of Boba Fett. And boom, boom, boom. The Book of Boba Fett had its season finale. It has not officially been renewed for season 2 yet, so it could be just considered a limited series. Which, if that's the case, I'm fine with. This series, try to stay spoiler free, but the series in itself is kind of more of the stories of Tatooine than it is really specifically the Book of Boba Fett. It just majoritarily focused on him, and though there have been a lot of people upset and not liking how they did that, he's not, as badass as he once was and things like that. I thought that they did it in an interesting way to create a great arc for the character. They brought in some great characters from inside of or from the animated series and the comic books and things like that, and gave them a live action. We got to see a lot of cool mechs and a lot of cool other things in this. Plus, it adds on to the Mandalorian story in addition to this. I thought it tied up very well with how everything went with it. But let us know while we're here right now in the chat and the comments as we're talking what you guys thought of the Book of Boba Fett or any of the other news we've talked about today. The revival of Futurama, Joe DiMaggio not being a part of it currently, the Jurassic World trailer, Snoop Dogg buying Death Row Records, any of that. Let us know what you guys thought while we're still here for the next few more minutes.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Big questions. Would you watch Futurama without John DiMaggio?
Like I said, for
Like,
me, it'd be hard not to
are,
watch it.
are we part of toxic fandom now because we want to boycott if they don't have John DiMaggio? We just went on a huge rant about toxic fandom, and
Well, I think in this case, there's a difference between toxic fandom and choosing to have your voice heard, right? Um, I mean, you've heard the thing about like keeping the series going for like Supernatural was supposed to end in like season 6, but went to season like 17 because the fans kept pushing for that series to go, and there were still stories to be told and things like that. I think in this case, that the Futurama, and if we decide to boycott Joe DiMaggio or boycott because Joe DiMaggio is not there, that's a way for them to hear our voice about it. But the toxic fandom part comes into when you crap on somebody because of their choice. Like if you were to
or
say
when you
you
take it too
shouldn't watch,
far,
yeah,
start sending threats to the studio.
yeah, like exactly. Be like, hey, Disney, I want you to take this off now because Joe DiMaggio is there, or I'm going to do a thing. No, no, no. Boycotting's fine. Just don't watch the show. They'll see it in their paycheck and their bottom line, yada yada.
Yeah.
But at the moment you do that, or the moment you start fighting with somebody online or yelling at somebody saying that they're dumb for watching it because of this, that's when it's becoming toxic. Don't be
Yeah.
that guy or gal or whatever you define yourself as.
However that works.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to go ahead and do it for us. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you for tuning in as always. I'm Tom. Make sure that you follow us on the social medias, facebook.com/BeHeroMedia, Instagram.com/BeHeroMedia.
On Twitter at BeHeroMedia. On YouTube at youtube.com/the/BeHero, as well as everything that is Be Hero Media at BeHeroMedia.com. Also, for everybody here that's on Facebook right now and wanted to watch the full length of this, since the Facebook didn't actually get it all the way on the streaming, we did stream this also on YouTube. So go to the YouTube once again. That is youtube.com/C/BeHero, and go ahead and watch that on there. Sorry, the Facebook didn't work. We'll try it again for the next one.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you guys next week with this. Hopefully, we'll keep doing this on. Let us know either in the comments or here in the chat. Oh, wait, we got somebody in chat. Honestly, I'm not sure if I want to watch it after finding out that Joe DiMaggio is not going to be there. And that is from Mandy. Mandy, kind of agree with you. Like we said, it's hard to not want to watch it without them. So,
Yeah.
but
It just feels so wrong. It's wrong.
it does. It does. It totally does. But guys, this was just a quick test to see how this is going to work. Next week, we'll try to go a little bit longer so we get more of you guys in the chat, and hopefully get more of you guys to join us both on Facebook as well as YouTube at the same time. Let us know what you guys saw of this. Hit us up on those social medias. And again, we'll catch you guys next week. So have a good night, guys.
Have a good night.